Here's 5 Premiere Pro text effects you'll wish you knew about sooner. And by the way, I've timestamped them in the description so you can navigate to each one individually. Let's get started. The first text effect is that famous background text behind a foreground object, like you see in Iman Godsi or Mr. Beast videos. First, drag your subject video into your timeline. Using the text tool, add your text on a layer above this. Hold Alt and drag the video layer above the text layer. This should duplicate your video, so you have 2 layers of your video with the text layer in between. With the top video layer selected, go over to Effect Controls. Under Opacity, select the Pen tool. In your video, you want to create a mask around the foreground object you want to place the text behind, making sure to connect the first and last pinpoints. Lastly, we need to select the Mask Path stopwatch, and then click Play, so this will keep our object masked as it moves in the video. And there you have it, text behind a moving object in Premiere Pro. The next effect is the Typewriter effect. Be sure to use a sound effect with this one. Otherwise, it just kind of looks weird. In order to create this effect, we'll take our text tool and drag out a box approximately the size of your text. Write out your text and adjust the size and placement to where you want your final text to be. And then, hold on, stay with me. Highlight all of it and press Ctrl X. In the Effect Control panel, select the stopwatch on source text. In the Effect Control panel timeline, move forward 4 or so frames, paste the text back into the text box, highlight all of the text except the first letter, press Ctrl X to remove all but the first letter, then move your timeline over about 4 more frames. In the text box, press Ctrl V to paste all of the text back, then highlight all but the first 2 characters, press Ctrl X, and you'll want to do this until all the text has been mapped out in your Effect Control panel timeline. So your product should look like this when you move over in the Effect Control panel timeline. But what about that little line that blinks as the text types? In order to create this, come up to the Graphics and Titles menu, scroll down to New Layer, select Rectangle, size this rectangle down to the size of your text, place this in front of your text, come to the Shape layer in the Effect Control panel, change the fill to white to match our text. While selected on the Shape layer, press the stopwatch on position, and then pause every few frames in order to move the shape layer over to the front of our text, making sure it remains in front of our text the entire time. So you should have multiple keyframes that keep the layer in front of the text as it types. You can get more detailed in this, stopping every single frame if you want to make sure it is always in front of the text. But generally speaking, doing just a few frames will keep it visually in front for the viewer. Lastly, click the drop-down menu on Opacity. With our Effect Control panel timeline stuck at 0, click the stopwatch on Opacity, set the opacity to 100%, then move forward 1 frame and set it to 0, then move it forward 1 more frame, setting it to 100, then move forward 1 more frame, setting it to 0, then copy these 3 keyframes by pressing Ctrl C, move forward 1 frame, press Ctrl V. Now we can copy all of these keyframes, press Ctrl C, move forward 1 frame, press Ctrl V, and we'll do this until we have completed the animation. And our final product should look like this. Next up is the smooth reveal. Creating this effect is similar to the typewriter effect, but it's more tedious and best used in situations with short text. Start by dragging out a text box approximately the size of 1 character. Next, select this in the Effect Control panel, press Ctrl C, then press Ctrl V to duplicate this, and you'll do this for each character you're going to have. Set the position of each of these text layers to the same Y value, and set them a little bit lower than where you actually want the text to appear. Select the stopwatch icon on the position setting for each text item. Move the Effect Control panel over 4 or 5 keyframes, then adjust the Y value up, then decrease the Y value to move the text up. Starting at where the previous text piece ends, set the position icon stopwatch on, moving over 4 to 5 frames. Set this Y value to the same as the first letter, and then do this for each character. But your end product should look like this. So each character moves up, and the second it completes its move, the next character starts to move up. And then lastly, starting with text object number 1, select the stopwatch on the opacity icon, set this to 0, then move forward to the frame where it is completely revealed, and set it to 100. So you'll match the keyframes, and then repeat this for the next characters. And that's the smooth reveal effect. Next up, we've got the smooth morph effect. Apple uses this a lot in their commercials, and lucky for us, this one's pretty easy to create. First, we need 2 pieces of text that are effectively in the exact same position, but the 2 text pieces can't be the same exact piece of text. So I'm going to use A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3. And in order to create them in the exact same position, I recommend creating one text object first, then copying it by pressing Ctrl C, moving your timeline placement further, and pressing Ctrl V, and then editing the second piece of text. In the effects panel, search for Morph Cut, add this effect to the middle of our timeline in between the two pieces of text, double click on it, and I like to make the duration a little bit longer than what pops up by default. And there you have it. Quick note, if you need to do this to a lot of text frames, just select the transition in the timeline, press Ctrl C, then while holding Ctrl, select all of the clip cuts, then press Ctrl V, and it will be applied to all of the text blocks. Lastly, we're going to do the smooth scale text effect. This one's really useful on subtitles, especially on TikToks. I see it used quite a bit. In order to do this, we'll use the transform effect. Go over to the effects panel, search transform, drag this effect onto your text. Next, in the effect control panel under the transform effect, make sure the anchor point and the position point are overlapping. Starting at 0, select the scale stopwatch. Adjust the scale down to about 70%. Click in the effect control panel timeline. While holding shift, press the arrow key one time to move us over 5 frames. Then adjust the scale back to 100. Next, we'll adjust the shutter angle to 360. Highlight both of our keyframes. Right click and select ease in, and right click and select ease out. Lastly, click on the drop down menu on scale, and we want to drag our velocity timeline so that the curve is shaped like a negative logarithmic equation, or in simple terms like this. In order to do this, we'll pull both of these handles to the left as far as we can. This will make it so the scale increases quickly and slows down as it completes the keyframe. And if you want to apply this effect to more text items, all you have to do is click on the transform effect, press Ctrl C, highlight all the additional text clips, and press Ctrl V to paste, and it'll be applied to all of those clips. Drop a comment if you guys have any other text effects you'd like to see, or if you have any interesting ones you use on a regular basis. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.